Let me just tell you a couple of things that I don't like about the new YouTube designs. And I know you're probably sick and tired of YouTube's games. Uh, there's stupid changes that they do every few months, and it's at the point where people don't even bother to complain anymore because they know it doesn't do anything. In the first year, I complained. I was the first one that made a formal complaint about flagging. And they still do flagging without any major changes. It's been 7 years now. They adjusted the system very slightly, like they differentiated the categories. But other than that, flagging is still the same. It's basically community policing, so they don't have to hire a big YouTube staff, and they use that as an excuse. If something does slip by, or if they want it to slip by, then it's the basic excuse because the system is weak, but that's the only system that they've ever had. That's why they keep it, because it's always a fallback excuse. Now I want to just say on the new YouTube design, the one YouTube bullshit, you can't opt into it. You have to do it. In the past, I guess, month, everybody has to do it. They put a code on everybody's name if you don't have a legacy channel. And the other big bullshit is that you have to link up with a Google account. You have to have an email that goes along with your YouTube, and then you have to give them a phone number, or else you don't have full functionality. Now I don't mind that in a way, but what's the real reason for taking down the phone number? And that's basically because the phone is mobile, and they want to track you with that. See, if people have a PC and they keep logging in from the same place, it doesn't track them. It doesn't say like this hour where the person is. So they needed the phone numbers for tracking purposes. That's all tied in with the NSA surveillance and Big Brother and New World Order. And here's another thing. Why do they allow channels to hide their subscribers? Well, no. No. We don't show subscribers anymore. That's done away with. We don't show friends category. In fact, they try to dissolve that down. Like, friends category is not even a ranking. Now it's all the amount of subscribers you have. It's even very hard to add friends. You have to go to your address book, and it's very tedious. There's no button just to click on it. So that's like a diminished status. So what? That's so you can like spam somebody, send something. Like, it's not really. I mean, it works if you want to block somebody and if you don't want to hear from anybody except friends. So it makes it more time consuming. So friends is really something that's just for the communication basis. It's not used for ranking anything at all. So I mean, I can understand that division that they made between the two types of relationship on here. But the subscription thing is ridiculous, that you can't see anybody's subscribers. So that right there, that tells you it's very suspicious. They're trying to hide that. So for all the people that are the bigwigs, the ones that they allow to be in the top cycle, just recycling them like an incestuous relationship up on the top. You know, there's somebody, oh, I have 1 million subscribers and I have this and that. No, you don't. No, you don't. First of all, your view count is not real. First of all, most all of your comments, you act like it's not you. You act like it's not from your own channels. These are sock puppet accounts. These are just people that they hire, even coming directly from YouTube. They got these they farm out all that work just to inflate the numbers. But even then, it's not good, because look at the ratio between view count and comments. It's not even that high. I get ratios that are huge. I have a video with like 500 views, an average video, and the 500 views, I'll get over 100 comments. And phenomenal, the ratio. These big people with their music videos or their stupidity that they put out that gets featured on the front page, they don't get that kind of ratio. They never will. Never. Because people are not watching their stuff. It's just autoplay. It's just auto-subscribe. If you sign up for YouTube now, you get like this rotation of 24 channels, auto-subscribe. And then on the related channels, there's no fucking related channels. I'm sorry, that pisses me off. These channels are not related to me. I disabled that shit. There's just, oh, if you disable this, you know the thing on the side, on the right side column? If you disable this, then you cannot be allowed to be featured. They're not going to feature my channel anyhow. I'm not in that high echelon. I was considered for it at one time, 6 years ago. But here's another thing, and I'm going to leave you with this. Why do they allow you to hide the fact, of when your channel was formed? How do they do that? That's ridiculous. So now I go to a channel, I want to find out something about them. Oh, I don't know when they were formed. They were formed last year, they were formed 5 years ago. I have no idea because they can hide that. This is just nonsense. This is nonsense, the one YouTube channel. But they're not going to change it. I'm not saying anything thinking that they're going to change it because I complain, because they never have. Never, not once. And then most people from the beginning, their attitude, they have an attitude about it, is that, oh, it's a corporation, they own it, they can do whatever they want. Yeah, I guess that's true. But if they hadn't created a monopoly on video sharing in the web, then they wouldn't be able to have that power, because they would have to please their users and their customers. That's what we are. But guess what? We're powerless because we're dealing with a monopoly. Powerless. Yeah, powerless. We have never shown any power. They squashed the community. I was the first president, and I'll leave you with that. So what? He was president? What community? Yeah, those things existed in the early phase. Nowadays, nobody knows. Nobody understands. Like, what the fuck is that? It's like dealing with TV now. You're just being taken over and hypnotized by a TV. A one YouTube channel TV. Just sad. And look, I've said enough. Who cares?